What is up, everybody? Tony here with a video on the OnePlus 3. I've only had this device. This is not a full review by any means. I've only had this device for several days, and I'm just going to share my experience with it. Starting off the video, this is the infamous OnePlus 3. It is a very popular device. A lot of developers like this type of device simply because you can root easily. You can flash custom ROMs easily since it does come with an unlocked bootloader, which is very nice. Moving on, the build quality on this device is actually very premium feeling. It's a very slim device. I love the curved edges on it on both sides, so it seems to feel real good in the hand. And the build quality is just amazing. I would compare it to the iPhone as far as the build quality. It's unibody design, has a little heft to it. And the display is very nice. It's actually 1080p AMOLED display, which, you know, for today's standards is kind of low in the resolution factor, but it is a bright, beautiful, vivid display. I actually like it, you know. And I have a tempered glass on it. I just put it on today. And the build quality, very nice, top notch in my opinion. On the bottom we have the speaker. We have the USB Type-C, and we have 3.5mm headphone jack. On the left side, we have the toggle button at the top, where you can select notifications, you can put them to silent, or you can just disable them altogether. Then we got the volume buttons. The buttons actually feel very premium. The buttons, the top notification toggle, it has ridges on it, so it's very, very easy to find. And the volume buttons, they're very clicky, very tactile. I'm going to say that they actually feel very premium. And the power button would be on the right side, along with on top the SIM card tray. So yeah, moving on to the front camera, we have, I believe it's an 8 megapixel front facing camera at the top. Then we got some sensors, and then we got the earpiece. And moving on to the back, we have 16 megapixel camera with the flash. So in my 4 days, I think I got it Friday, today, Friday, no, I got it Wednesday. So Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. So I've only had it for like 3 days. So in the 3 days of usage, it performed pretty good as far as making calls. I did have an issue with voice over LTE, which you can use on this device. It wasn't sounding too great. It was getting a little choppy, so I disabled that. But other than that, the call quality's been good. Notifications are real nice. This is a 64 gigabyte variant with 6 gigs of RAM, so this is just a beast. I just got an update right when I took it out of the box, so I'm currently running, let me see which one I'm running. I'm on the latest update. So the latest update would be Oxygen version 3.2.1. So it's 3.2.1. This is the latest version of Oxygen OS. I'm pure stock. I haven't rooted or anything. I plan doing that later after I get my full review done. Then I'll probably end up rooting it and installing a custom ROM and stuff like that. So this is, you know, overall my first few days with it, man. I'm impressed with it. Battery life has been very good. Even though I went to a log cabin this weekend, I spent like 2 days over there, and I didn't get good LTE, so I was struggling to get the signal. But overall, it worked pretty good, and I used this to get to where I was going. So GPS on here works very good. I used it for about 3 hours on GPS with the screen on. So with the screen on, battery life held up pretty good. I still made it to the log cabin, and I think I had like maybe 40% left, so it did real good in the battery department. When I got there was the issue because I kept looking for signal. So LTE was, T-Mobile service was horrible out there. So yeah, as far as the first few days with it, I'm impressed with it. I love the camera. I did take a couple of videos on it. Camera settings are kind of, I'll show you. the camera settings. It does record in 4K. So let me see if I get that. It does record in 4K. It records in 1080p. I don't know if you can see that, but it does have a select over here, and it says 1080p. And if you keep tapping it, it'll go to 720p, 4K resolution, 1080p. So I had it on 1080p while I was recording the whole time I was there. So the video looked pretty good. It does, I believe it records 30 frames per second and 60 frames per second. I'm not sure. I haven't really messed with the camera that much other than just take those few pictures. But you can see that it does have a couple of cool features on here. It has slow motion, time lapse, pretty basic stuff. Manual mode, you do have a couple of settings in manual mode, which is real nice. And panorama. So you do have some cool features in the camera. Let me see. You swipe over to get to photos. I'm already there. And you could change the ratios. You can make it to 1:1. For 1:1 would actually be for like Instagram photos or stuff like that. I'm going to go ahead and take that. And then you can change it to 4:3, which is a little bit wider. I have mine selected to 16:9 because I like that ratio. But yeah, overall the phone's been real nice. The display is just, check out the display. It's very bright. I may have to turn it down some. It is a very bright display. You can see that. And I'm just impressed with it. I like it. I like the price point. And I also received a flip cover case that came with it. Let me see if I have it right here. I received a tempered glass, which I already have it installed. This is the flip cover case that also came with it. So it's a real nice case. You can put an ID in there. It does have NFC, which is a cool thing. Those of you who have the Moto G Plus, you know, NFC may not be that important to you, but you know, I think NFC should come with all devices. So this device does have NFC, fingerprint scanner. Let me do the fingerprint scanner so you guys can see. Anyways, this is the case. It is branded Oneplus One, and on the inside, I believe it says designed by Oneplus One. So real nice case. So fingerprint scanner. Let's get to the fingerprint scanner. You can see how fast this fingerprint scanner actually is. Fingerprint scanner is just super fast. I think it's the fastest fingerprint scanner I have used so far. And it's like 97% of the time it unlocks the phone. Right now I have it paired to my LG G Watch R. So I'm not really using the fingerprint scanner that much. But yeah, my first couple days with the OnePlus One. Beautiful device. You know, at the price point, I know they have the Exxon 7 coming out, which is pretty nice, really nice device also at the similar price point or at the same price point. You know, you would have to compare both of them to see which one comes out on top. But at the same price point for the Exxon 7, you're going to get 4 gigs of RAM instead of 6. So 64 gig models, both of them. But you do get the front-facing speakers on the Exxon 7. But yeah, this is my first couple of days with the OnePlus 3. Peace.